Hey, how's it going? This is Joe and Tell. Today I'm going to be testing to see what happens when you change your listening position. How does that affect the sound? We're going to find out right now. But first, a quick message from our show sponsor. This video was sponsored by Just Audio. Just Audio has a brick and mortar shop in Baltimore, Maryland. They offer repairs on home audio, vintage gear, and pro audio. They have an online shop so you can check out speakers from ELAC, Kanto, Wharfdale, and more. They're also a KEF Elite dealer, which means that you can check out almost all the KEF products, including the KEF Blade 2s. How are you going to power them, you say? They have some vintage amps as well as new amps from brands such as Parasound and Yamaha. Woo! And if you ever want to see those things opened up, they actually do that on their new YouTube channel. So make sure to go over there, check them out, and hit subscribe. Also make sure to follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Just Audio Repair Center. Links to all the things I mentioned down below. All right, so first I'm gonna start off with just some pink noise, and I'm gonna run it from the left speaker for right now. We're gonna do a bass line and see what the speaker is actually doing in this position. We kind of know from the previous videos that I've done what it does in this position. But let's check it again, and then what we're going to do after that is we're going to move the mic in different positions. So I'm going to pretend I'm sitting real close, so like in a near field situation, see what that does. And then I'm going to move back into about a third of the room, half of the room, 2/3 of the way, and then all the way back. I'm also going to test to see what happens in the corners. I know you guys wanted me to test to see what the response was in the corners, because we know that if we put the speakers in the corners, the bass increases significantly. What happens when we actually sit in the corners? Does the same thing happen? We're going to find out. So I'm also going to test the left and the right speaker just to get an idea of what they're both doing. You're going to be able to tell from the graphs here what the frequency response changes are, but you're also going to be able to hear the sound differences, hopefully. Let's see. All right, so right now I'm going to play some pink noise through the left speaker and do a moving mic measurement. And I'll explain what that is in a future video, but let's go ahead and do that near field. Left speaker, okay? Apply some psychoacoustic smoothing to this so we get a better idea what's actually going on. And so there it is, 85. All right, so that's how it's measuring in that position. Now, just for fun, let's go ahead and do the right speaker. All right, now these measurements aren't exact, but they're just to kind of get an idea what's going on. So here we go, right speaker. Apply some psychoacoustic smoothing, and we can see that it doesn't have quite as much bass, even though the rest of it looks pretty consistent. So throughout the rest of this, it doesn't look too bad, except for here the bass falls off faster because it's not as close to the corner as this one is. So you can see there's like a little doorway there. So now that we know that, let's go ahead and start moving the mic backwards and kind of get an idea what happens when we change our actual listening position. So I'm going to start with the left speaker first. And now you have to do these one by one just because it'll start getting a little confusing if we try to do both at the same time. It'll throw off the measurements, so one by one. That was the left speaker. What did you notice just from that particular speaker? Let's do the same thing with the right speaker. So I'm going to kind of show it in a faster speed so you can get a better idea of how it's actually changing depending on my position. All right, so that was pretty interesting. I noticed that, of course, back here near the wall, the bass started going up a lot, but then towards here, it started actually going down significantly. I don't know exactly why. Maybe there's some kind of cancellation going on there. But just for fun, let's try it with both speakers. I saw a similar result. Now, it's kind of interesting because, so I saw pretty much the same result as when we did the speakers individually. Now, the thing is about this is that this is not perfect because, of course, as I'm getting closer, I'm changing the off-axis response, so I'm going further off-axis as I get closer. So it's not perfect, but kind of give you an idea. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do measurements from set distances. So I'm going to do one, let's just say near field, which is in the room about a quarter of the way in. I'm going to do another one half of the way in, another one 3/4 of the way in, and then all the way towards the back of the wall, and another one in the corners. This is a quarter of the way into the room, near field, very close to the speakers. And let me go ahead and save this. 1/4. Apply some psychoacoustic smoothing. So let's see, what do we find here? Here it looks pretty much the same, except we start getting this dip around here. What is it? Around 200 hertz. Then the bass goes back up. So not so great below, let's say 400 hertz. Starts getting kind of weird. The top end response falls off, of course, because I'm off axis even further when I'm close to it. So that's to be expected. Yeah, that's about it. All right, so let's do another one from about halfway into the room. All right, so this is halfway in the room. Let's take a look and see what that does. Okay, go ahead and save this. I'm just gonna name it 1/2. Okay. Apply some smoothing. And so compared to a quarter of the way, let's see here. The top end response looks better, right? What else do we see here? Just overall a little bit smoother. I still see a lot of that bass, weird bass stuff that's happening. But if I were to compare these two, let's just see here. So this is a quarter of the way. This is half the way. Which one would I rather have? Probably half of the way. Depends if you like bass, because this is going to give you a lot of extra bass, but it's pretty wonky around here. All right, so there's that. Here's a quarter of the way, or sorry, half of the way compared to the left speaker when you're measuring it near. So you see there's still some weird stuff going on here and not as much bass extension. So yeah, let's try 3/4 of the way. All right, save that. This is 3/4 of the way in. Apply some smoothing, and that's what we get. Now, let's see. Does that look better than half? We're getting the bass back, right? So half is the least amount of bass. What I'm looking for is which one looks most similar to when it's close up, right? That's kind of what I'm looking at. So quarter of the way. All right. Half of the way. Okay. 3/4 of the way. That's a tough one. 3/4 looks all right to me. Looks pretty flat, actually. We're getting some weird stuff going on here, though. Let's see if that's still happening a quarter of the way in. Not so much, right? So it looks like a quarter of the way near field or 3/4 of the way if you want to sit further away from that speaker. If you did, here's something to notice. If you did want to do this near field, what you would want to do is you'd want to toe this in more, right? Because you're losing a lot of that top end because of it being off axis. So if you do want to be near field a quarter of the way, you have to toe it in a lot more. Okay, so a few more measurements here. Let's do this right up against the wall and see what happens. I'm guessing a lot of bass. All right, let's save that. Wall. Apply some smoothing. And like I expected, ton of bass going on, huge amount of bass. And let's see how this compares to 3/4 of the way. Yeah, similar, but just this bass is too crazy. All right, so one test just for fun. I'm gonna go ahead and place this where it was last time. I'm gonna put the mic in the corner there. I'm
I'm gonna test in that corner and also in this corner. Let's see what happens. Right now, we're just looking at the bass response. Forget the treble response. Let's just see what happens in the corners with regards to the bass. All right. So save that. Corner, far. Apply some smoothly. Look at that. Hey, we're getting down to 20 hertz now. Yeah, of course, that room gain really helps a lot, right? So let's just do one more with it close. Right over here. This is where it was, approximately. Go ahead and save this as corner, close. Smoothing. All right, so actually this is not getting as much bass as the other corner, oddly enough, but you still see, let's see here. Yeah, a ton of room gain from the mic being in the corners. Huh. You know what? I'm kind of curious to see what happens if we just point the speaker that way. See how close this looks to the other measurement that we did. We're just screwing around now. Oh, that looks terrible. Facing corner. All right, so just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and see facing the corner versus the speaker actually being in the corner. Huh, okay. Not that different actually. So this one that we're seeing here, this one that I'm clicking on and off, this is the speaker being in the corner and the mic being placed in this position here, right? Right now we just kind of switch it. So I have the speaker facing the corner with this one, right? Facing the corner and the mic in the corner. And you can see this, the response is kind of similar. Interesting. So I guess what that says is that the subwoofer crawl makes sense. So you can put your subwoofer in your listening position and move around. You know, if you want to use a mic, you could do that. And where it's, how it sounds when you're crawling around, right? Where it sounds best, that is where you should place a sub because it actually works the opposite way. I'm surprised, but it does work. All right, so I want to do one final test with the microphone 3/4 of the way into the room, but with both speakers playing. Let's see what the response is like. All right, go ahead and save that. Both 3/4 away. Go ahead and smooth that out. And yeah, that looks like a pretty nice response, right? I wouldn't mind that. So that looks like a pretty good response for these speakers, 3/4 of the way, and about 2.5 feet away from the walls. There, this one's a little further away, but you know, you kind of get the idea. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. That's not bad. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you for supporting me here on YouTube and allowing me to do what I love to do. Anyway, that's it. Take care. Bye-bye.